I, Qin Shihuang. They call me tyrant, lunatic, heartless barrier of scholars. They carve my name into stone and yet spit at it in the next breath. Those who came after me cursed my legacy and yet copied my every move. But who among them, scribe, rebel, emperor, has ever had to shoulder what I have? Who else united all under heaven? I was born into smoke, suspicion and swords, a child of disputed parentage, they say. I never knew who my father was, a boy made hostage to diplomacy in Handan, that cradle of my life, away from home. I was watched with eyes shot through with scorn or ambition. My mother, Lady Zhao, was beautiful but silent. My father, distant, and whether I was truly his son or another man's shadow I will never know. But I bore the name of Ying, and I made the Ying family matter. At 13 my father dies, and I sat on the throne of Qin so brittle that it needed a dozen hands to hold it steady. Liu Wei, the man who some say was my real father, ruled behind me, a merchant king in all but name, in the state that was supposed to despise merchants. Now I, that grotesque actor, dared to seize power when I went away, and called himself my stepfather. He bedded my mother, stole my seal, and raised arms against me. I crushed him. And her, I confined her to her home, my own mother. A necessary cruelty. No empire is built on sentiment. When I came into my own, I wielded that weapon that was Shang Yang's legacy to my dynasty, and our legacy to China. I didn't invent the blade, but I sharpened it. Shang Yang had laid the frame, and I added the flesh and breath to it. The Sir, my cunning minister, gave me vision. I listened to talent, not birth. It mattered not which kingdom you were from. We were all one folk, and I accepted talented people from all of them. Chu, Yan, Han, Zhao, Wei, Qi all fell before me. I was not the first to dream of unity, but I was the first to achieve it, and for that I called myself Shuhuang Di, first emperor, no king among equals, a new force. From my hands came one script, one law, one weight, one axle width. The walls of the petty states became one wall of the empire. Their swords were melted into the colossi. The past was now a distraction. Books of unproven worth turned to ash, unless they served the state. My own son called me mad for it, stopped it. I had them safely put away in our libraries, a rare compromise. The fog of war and time would have me to blame for extinguishing the legacies of competing ideologies, Confucianism, Moism, all the sentimental thinkers. That was all Shang Yu's doing. He burned down entire libraries. 3 times they tried to kill me. Jin Ke's blade, Gao Jianli's jewel, the iron cone, hurled by Jiang Liang's strong man. Gods must have favoured me. Yeah, they say I feared death. Of course I did. What man who builds an empire does not? I sought elixirs, immortality. I trusted charlatans. I drank poison in pursuit of permanence, and yet I do endure. Not in flesh, no, but in stone, in law, in the dust, in that eternal mound that no one has entered until this very day. The line I founded broke quickly. My son, Hu Hai, was weak. A puppet dangled by Jiao Gao's bloodless, smooth fingers. I prepared Fu Su to rule. He never received my command. Treachery. My house rotted before my tomb was sealed. But even as our dynasty fell, the Han rose in my shadow. Liu Bang, the peasant general, claimed heaven's mandate. Yet his ministers used my systems. His scribes wrote in my script, his armies marched on my roads. He broke my line, but not my world. You may hate me, many have. You may call me cruel, inhuman, arrogant, but you must also call me what I was, builder of the centre, unifier of chaos, father of the Chinese state. I do not ask for forgiveness, only understanding. I ruled not as a man, but as an idea. And ideas, unlike emperors, do not die.